in an octogenarian.
Weren't you fired?
Do I look like I'm she's standing right here?
Oh, I got the hiccups.
PD's been working with the FBI. So the question you should be asking yourself is, what don't we know? You want to take the stink off yourself? Tell us who you're working for.
I can't. You don't know what
All right, I got the.
I know what we're prepared to offer. Of course, if you prefer the RICO charges, that's 30 years of your ass getting more dick than a bus station girl.
Good news is now they have cables and comms.
Last chance to tell us who you're working for.
Suit yourself.
Hey, why did she get to go and not me?
Old lady played you like a fiddle. She's with us.
Take my comes in flavors now.
Okay. It was the Russians.
Woo! I'm watching Claws, and it is thebomb.com.
Spending some time together on Saturday.
And we are only like 5 minutes in.
Monique and I are going to the Pan African Book Fair, so. Well, that sounds like more fun than I got. Something in your sleep,
So hey y'all, I am laying in the bed, got my good PJs on, my breast cancer PJs.
Yeah, thanks, but these kind of taste like cardboard. These are perfect to start your day, full of protein and vitamins.
Wait a minute, reconnecting.
What's going on with you?
Oh, there it
I
goes.
didn't clock that. The new whip you just pulled up there.
Oh, what? Hold on. A Maserati? Who did you have to go to get that? For your information?
Oh, there you go.
To me.
So I'm watching Claws
You eat from the tip again.
Shut up, 12-inch fashion doll.
and Lynn.
Mother is strictly
I'm
different, okay?
I'm watching Claws
This
and
is how bosses are
chatting with
supposed to
y'all.
treat you, okay? Got to recognize
So yeah, I am stressing tonight. My head is hurting.
Get a car, cause we were
I'm into that.
well, I'm her lieutenant.
Yeah.
And it's a management thing.
Excuse me, but as the master choreographer of Polly's Boys, you might argue.
And a cup of ice.
Okay. Take it up with her at a morning meeting.
Oh, everything you want today. You see what your boyfriend said?
Yes, I can still eat ice with my teeth.
Chilly up in here.
So you're gonna tell Psycho's Lada about Uncle Daddy?
Girl, you need to think twice about helping her.
Listen, okay, seriously, you guys, she is not that bad. She's smart, she gets it, and she just wants to see women rise up. All right, I will at least try to talk Uncle Daddy out of this stupid plan. It's gotta be worth a shot.
So for the people that are coming in,
We send you to witness
not much
protection.
is going on. My life is a little stressful right now.
To talk to them while I wear a wire?
Hey Samara.
I can barely talk to them now.
You better learn fast.
Andre,
Okay. I'm gonna need Tums, a lot of Tums.
he's in the hospital. He got admitted,
Johnny
so
Brasco, this shit just
yeah.
got real.
My head hurts,
No version that ends with you.
like hurt.
I shoot her in the head, she dead. Next week, it's time. You'll be back at work for me. Live alive.
I'm trying to deal with it as much
You
as
think
I
I'm gonna be back to
can,
doing all the work and not getting my
but it's
bonuses?
hard.
Come on now.
Let me turn this down. Like I'm stressing,
Okay, take her out.
but
Just drugs.
Bitch.
my mind is
They
just
killed my wife and they took everything I own. That bitch deserved it.
everywhere
She
today.
don't be me, don't want to go stuff her out.
I can be honest, I don't give a shit about you.
I did a lot
If you
today.
get $4, it's the collateral damage that I'm worried about.
I went and worked out, and what else? I went to the library. I went and worked out, and some other stuff I did. For those that's coming in, if y'all have any questions, just let me know. I'm answering all questions, no matter what. No, nothing. I'm answering all questions. So yeah. You're as tired as Supermom. Yeah, I am tired. So today I took Grump to work. After Grump got off, I took Grump to work. And then I had to take my friends to the train station. I took her. And then Lolo, his little GameStop card that he bought didn't work. So we was there for like an hour, I think. So after we got done with that, I went to the track. I did the obstacle course, ran around the track. 40-yard dash 2 times because he wanted to race me. He won by a couple seconds. Your girl is fast. You just know. I went to the library and I did like stuff in between there. But like in between all that, I think at like 4. You know what he went to though. Do you? Okay, so Samira wants to know. It went away. Yes, I know what he went to the hospital for. When I picked him up from work, well, before I picked him up, he said he had a headache. And I was like, okay. Before I picked him up from work, he was like, he got a headache. And I was like, okay. So I got to his job and he still had a headache. And I didn't realize. My son realized my eye wasn't open. My son, he was crying, and that's odd for my husband to be crying. Excuse me. And he was like, he got a headache. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take you to Kaiser. So as we are on our way to Kaiser, he was talking about his chest was hurting and he was breathing and he was talking, but he was like his chest was hurting. So we got to Kaiser. I pulled up to the front. I got out, took him out, put him in a wheelchair, and took him upstairs. So I got him upstairs and did all the little registration, all that stuff. So by the time that I registered him, my car was still out front running because my other kids were in the car. I did have the AC on, so that was, yeah. So after he got registered, I went downstairs and I parked the car and I only got my boys, which I only have 3. I took all 3 boys out and I grabbed all their bags. They got a bag of toys and a bag of books. I put all that in one bag. And I was like, all right, we're going to go upstairs and check on your dad. So as we were, I guess it might have took us 5 to 7 minutes between the time that 5 to 7 minutes between the time I got downstairs, I parked my car, brought the kids upstairs. And I'm sitting there and I turned on the movie for them on my laptop. And all of a sudden I see, Andre FaceTimed me, but then it went out because it was no service. And so he was like, something he said, I didn't understand what he said. So I was like, okay, I'll go see what he's saying. And as that was happening, all of a sudden I see an ambulance, the EMS workers, not the ambulance, the EMS workers are walking past us in the hallway and he's on a stretcher. Like, and I jumped up and was like, what the is going on? Because I ain't mean to holler it out loud, but I did. And in the process of me hollering out loud, I didn't realize that I still had, hey, Milk Mommy, hey, Tamara. I didn't realize that my boys were like sitting right there. And my boys seen their dad in the stretcher, which I didn't want them to see. Like, that's not an image you want your 3-year-old to see. Like, so they are wheeling him down in a stretcher. And I'm just like, what's going on. So they took him down. They went inside the elevator and they wouldn't let us in. So we had to take the steps. So we got down the steps, and when we got downstairs, we started to go. We were going out the door, and by this time they were already inside the they were putting him inside the back of the ambulance. And I had my 3 boys. I got 6 kids, but I only had my 3 boys with me, and I got 3 boys, and the 2 little ones, they're twins, and they was like, they started crying. They was like, I want my dad. I want my dad. Don't take my dad. Sorry, y'all. They started hollering, I want my dad. I want my dad. Stop. Leave my dad alone. All right. I don't cry, y'all. I ain't supposed to be crying. And so they put him in the back of the stretcher. I mean, they put him in the back of the ambulance, and they started to drive off. Well, my boys seen all this, and they okay, and we had to get them. I had to get my boys into my this street that we go down had like all this traffic. Well, the ambulance went ahead of us, of course, because everybody was moving out the way. But I couldn't get behind them far behind because I was trying to calm them down and get them in the truck and get the seatbelts on. So I lost sight of them. And after a while, the realized, he was like, I can't see my dad. And he is his daddy's baby. He don't want to look like his dad. He like just when I was inside of the doctor's office, and by the time I got to the truck, I wasn't fine. We ain't gonna meet dad. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna meet dad when we get to the hospital. So that the ride there took like 15 minutes, y'all. And when I tell y'all, it's not even a mile down the road from Kaiser to the hospital. It might be a mile, maybe a mile and a half. But all of a sudden today, it was like it took me 15 minutes to get from Kaiser to the hospital, and it has never taken me this long. Get to Kaiser. I mean, when we get to the hospital, of course, when they first come in the ambulance, you can't go back there. So we had to wait an hour. When I say that was the longest hour of my life, yes, come here. Like not knowing you can't go see your partner, you can't go basically can't go see my husband for over an hour. I couldn't go see him for almost an hour because they had to check him in. They had to start his IV. They checked and started his IV, did his blood pressure, all the stuff that they do when you checking somebody in. So I was doing all that, and then they called me, and I had to give his insurance information. Yeah, he a mama's boy. I had to give his insurance information and like all the questions that they asked him coming in. Had to sign all the paperwork, and it was just, it wasn't a lot that I had to do, but it was like between them crying, the 2 little ones crying, and them trying to tell me what to do, it was a lot, and I got really stressed out. So we finally got everything done. I think we got there. I got to the hospital after like 6:30 ish, I think. And I talked to the doctors and the nurses and everything. So come to find out okay, I'm not perfect at doctor terms or nurse terms, but his blood levels made it seem his blood levels seemed like he had a heart attack. His blood levels made it seem like he had a heart attack, but his EKG came back and it was fine. So that was good, but his you got it? You sleeping in here with me? Okay. His heart wasn't getting enough oxygen. Oh, y'all, his heart wasn't getting enough oxygen, is what it was. So, I'm sorry. Y'all leaving comments. I seen a couple. I'm sorry. I got a baby in my bed now. His heart was not getting it. All right. His heart was not getting enough oxygen, so you making me cry, Joy Queen. Sending much love, hugs, and prayers to y'all. Pamela, thank you, Tiffany. Pamela Wallace says, prayers and love to your family. Miss D says, I wish I could give you a hug, a huge hug, Miss Joy. Thank you. Hey, Samira. She said, I'm sure he'll be back to himself in no time. Tiffany says, love you, Queen. Miss D says, oh, you cry, girl. We are here for you. Thank y'all. Tiffany says, don't cry, Joy. Just stay strong, sweetie. I'm trying. Michelle Lawson says, help, Lord. Y'all, I know this is weird for me. Y'all ain't never seen this for me. I know. Hey, Tamara, I know it's hard. He has his hands all over your husband and family right now. I know he does. So, okay, let me finish, y'all. Stop. Y'all making me cry. Oh, wait a minute. One more. Michelle says, where two or more are gathered, there are several in the room. Okay, you know what? Y'all quoting scriptures and stuff. I know scriptures. I don't know all of them, but yeah. We will pray and believe that he will be fine. I am. Tiffany says, we are here for you, love. It's cool. Hugs from Michelle. Thank you. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Tamara. Miss D, thanks so much. Even the toughest moms cry once in a while. Miss D, I try not to because I have so many kids that I try to be strong for so many kids. Like, yeah. Y'all don't even forget where I was at. Oh, we got to the hospital. Of course, you can't go in, so I'm sitting in the waiting room. My daughter Erica calls, and Erica, Ashley, and Aaron are going out of town tomorrow. So Aaron, no, my three girls are going out of town tomorrow. I love you, Joy. Thank you, Michelle. You are human. We all cry sometimes. It's only human. I know, Tiffany. Thank you, baby. But my three girls are not here. And I did not want to call them, and I didn't want to call Erica and be like, Erica, this is what's going on, because they're going to a family reunion and I want them to be able to like have a good time without thinking about what dad is going through back home. So I didn't want to tell Erica basically because Erica's the oldest. But Erica called because she wanted something from her dad, and dad couldn't answer the phone at the moment. So yeah. All right, so back to the story. We are sitting in the emergency room at the hospital. And it's like it's a when we got there was nobody there. So it was fine. They were playing with their toys, and Andrew was the only one that was still crying because they wanted their dad. My kids love their dad. Like, you know how some kids, I want my mom, I want my mom. No, my kids want their dad. That's how it is in this house. Everybody wants dad. So, I wanted to go back. Yes.
I'm playing that.
You want to play on the? He want to play on the tablet. So they wanted to go back, but on the side that Andre was on for the, I don't know what side it was. It wasn't like the fast track or.
Mom,
Yes.
I'm playing Caillou game.
You want to play a Caillou game?
Yes.
Okay.
It got a castle and a dragon.
A castle and a dragon.
Yes.
All right, you gonna play it? You gonna lay right here, or you gonna go in your room?
Right here.
Lay right here. Okay.
Mom.
You gonna lay right here. The side that he was on, there were no kids under 12 allowed. And
Mom, you left it away.
let me see.
This.
And Andre put up such a fuss. He was like, no.
Mom.
He was like, no, my kids gotta come back here. And Andre started going off. Basically, my husband loves his kids, and that y'all might not see it in my videos every day, but Andre is all about his kids, all 6 of them, from the oldest, the knucklehead Erica. I know she's watching that because I talked to her on the phone. From Erica all the way down to Jordan. Andre is all about his kids. And so we were going back and forth. Like, he wanted to see his kids and they wanted to see him. So they know who dad is, and they know he love all his kids. And basically that's, and his blood pressure went up. So when he got to Kaiser, his blood pressure was up. When he got to they gave him some kind of cream on his chest. His blood pressure went down. When he called me and I told him, they said no, the kids couldn't come back. His blood pressure went up again. And it was higher than what it was before. And I was like, he needs to see his kids. This is what's gonna bring his blood pressure down. They didn't want to hear me. He was back there going. My husband is a quiet spirit, or he's quiet, but when he wants his kids, he wants his kids. So what's wrong? Oh, I got my other boy is in here. Lola was here.
So I just watched that movie after that. What's it called?
You watched Friday the 13th?
Hey.
Lola bought a movie from the game from. Where you bought that movie from?
From the library.
He bought a movie from the library. So when my husband wants his kids, he wants his kids, and so at first no kids were allowed back in the back, but he told them like he needed to see his kids. So I talked to him, and they let the 2 little ones come back in the back. So when they took the 2 little ones back in the back, his blood pressure dropped down to like 136/80. Like, But when he first got there, y'all, it was like 180. It was 181. I got it written down. It was 181 over something, or 180. No, it was 182 because I was like, oh, that's the year I was born. So it was I was born in 1982. So it was like 182 over something. But when the kids came, it dropped like all the way down. And he was like nice and calm. But his blood, they took his blood work. His blood levels showed that it whew, his blood his blood levels showed that it was a heart attack. Oh gosh. The blood level showed that it was a heart attack. Oh, cause something in his blood was like extremely high. Oh. But his
Mommy.
yes, we gotta charge it. Here, go get it at the Lolo. It's okay if you don't want to tell it all live. I know, but I gotta get it out. You gonna charge it up? Tell Fat to charge it up by your bed, okay? Okay.
Hello. Hello.
His blood levels showed his blood levels were elevated. That made it show a heart attack, but his EKG came back slightly elevated, but it wasn't heart attack level from the EKG. So they classified it as a mini heart attack. I don't know how if y'all been watching for a while. Andre has been having heart problems for I think a little over a year, probably like 18 months. Because a year ago in April or so, I think it's April. I hope everything is okay, Joy. I'm just now catching the end of your live. Thank you, Nikki 8. Tequila. Hey, Tequila. Y'all, Tequila is my sister for real, for real. No, she not my real sister, but she my sister. All this started at it's charging up. Okay, good job. Okay, go ahead. You can sit in your bed. You can sit in your bed and use it. You don't have to sit here tonight. My kids are not allowed to use their tablets or phones while they are in their room. They have to either have them in my room or in the living room. That's why he was so surprised he got to leave out of my room with his tablet. A little parenting skill, if y'all ain't, yeah. So I don't even know where I was. I'm always trying to be a mom. Skilla, you go to work tonight? I'm sorry, y'all. What was I talking about? I know what I was talking about. Where was I at? So okay, so the EKG showed the EKG was fine, but the blood was not fine. So they basically decided. So Kaiser decided to keep him. No, the hospital decided to keep him, and Kaiser, because we have Kaiser, wanted him to go to a different hospital that was like 45 minutes, maybe an hour away. I'll go back Sunday. I'm all yes. Yay, Tequila is going to hear what to say. So the hospital they wanted him to go to was like so far. Like if they would have sent him to that hospital, I would have had a heart attack. I'm just letting y'all know that now. So yeah. So we was talking to the doctor, and she convinced Kaiser to let him stay at the hospital he was at because he had from the first heart attack he had. Andre has had 2 heart attacks. No, he's had 1 major heart attack 11 years ago. 10, yeah, 11 years ago. His next one, he has had, no, he has had, I'm trying to get my grammar. So he has had elevated blood levels that made it seem like he has had 2 mini heart attacks. One last year in April, this year in May, I believe, and also now. So because all his records are his heart attack or his heart related problems have been at this hospital, she convinced Kaiser to let him stay. Come here, baby. Yes. He want. Come on. Mommy got you. Mommy got you, okay?
It's charging, Mom.
It's charging?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And be quiet.
So his charger went completely dead, and he's upset. So yeah. So the doctor that he has now convinced Kaiser to let him stay where he was because all his heart records were there, and so they said yes. What? You want some water? Wait, let me get a sip before I let you have it. Cause after I give it to you, I don't want it back. She knows of Andre, and because he has had all his heart related issues at this hospital starting back over a decade ago, she wanted him to stay there just to keep his records like all in one place. So that's how you finish. Okay. So that's how, look at that. So that's how that was able to happen. So yeah, we got home I think at like 10:30-ish. I stopped and got them a pizza. I got a sandwich, but I didn't even eat it. It's still in my bag. I haven't eaten since I think 1:30-ish when or maybe 1 o'clock when I had lunch. So I fed them a pizza for dinner, and that was at like 10 o'clock. And yeah, it's just I didn't really, I mean, I knew like heart issues and heart attacks were like a thing. Not a thing. That sounds like it's mean. But my friend just had a son. No, my friend cousin passed away last week on Thursday. And he was 26 and he had heart issues. I think she said he was talking about his chest was hurting and basically the same thing, heart issues, shortness of breath, and it was one other thing. His sugar was like extremely high. She was telling me, and he passed away, and he was only 26. So right now, it's like a hard thing for us. So if anything is wrong with me or my kids or my husband, look, you got a good job, a okay job. It don't pay all of the greatest, but we pay into the insurance that we have. So yeah, it might be a little copay. Look, I pay that little $20 copay, but in the end, if I don't care, look, y'all, I don't care what is wrong with you. If your ankle hurting, you better go get it checked out. That's just how I feel. Like we pay so much into healthcare that I don't care the slightest thing can be wrong with my kids, and I'm taking them to the doctor. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, you can bill me for that little copay, but I'm taking my kids to the doctor. I'm taking my husband to the doctor. Myself, I go to the doctor. Like, I don't care. When it comes to being sick, the slightest, when I tell y'all, like, the slightest thing can lead to like major issues. Um, like, who was I was talking to somebody and they were in a car accident, and it was they were hurt, but they weren't hurt, and they had a blood clot in their leg. Well, the blood clot went all the way up to their heart and stopped their heart, and they passed away. So yeah, Kaiser hate to bill you now. Tequila, Kaiser did not want to keep Andre at this particular hospital because they didn't have Kaiser doctors at this hospital. Like, they did not. I be if we get a we may get a bill. I don't know right now, but Kaiser said they were going to go ahead and let him stay. They were going to let him stay where he was. But if they don't, then I mean, look, I got 1,000 medical bills on my credit. I ain't gonna lie, and Andre probably got 5 or 6. But whenever I feel sick, I don't care what it is, I'm going to the emergency room. Last week, my gums were hurting. I had a tooth abscess. I went to the doctor. I don't care. Yeah, it might have been. Oh, you should have went to the dentist. Well, it was in the middle of the day and it was on a Sunday. I'm going to the hospital. Point blank. Period. What's wrong, baby? Wait a minute. Okay, come over here on the other side, cause I don't want you to fall off the bed. Yeah, come on. Oh gosh. You want to say hi?
Hi.
That's all you want to say? You want to say anything else? What else do you want to say? Nothing? You ready to go to bed? I know. It's 12 o'clock. I don't know why he even still up. Well, I know why he up. We just got in the house, so yeah. All right, but I'm getting tired now. I was actually watching a video. Oh, my TV went off because I wasn't watching. I was watching Mocha Mommy 7, her at the grocery store today. FYI, if y'all not watching, watch Mocha Mommy 7. Tamara. Y'all can watch Tequila. Tequila Be Natural. I am not. And Samira ain't made a video in a while. She go live though. But I'm getting ready, and it's in a beauty dispute. Oh, I have disputed bills from when he was in the hospital before, and they went on and paid him. So it was a process that I had to go through because he was in the hospital, and this time he was really sick, and I had to tell them if he had to be. They wanted. Oh, I can't. I want to tell y'all the hospitals, but I can't tell y'all because some people might be lurking. The hospital that they wanted to send him was, woo. When I say almost an hour away, maybe not an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and that's no traffic. They wanted to send him there, and I said, if y'all send him there, I'm not going to be able to get there, and he is really going to have a major heart attack if he can't see his kids. And they went on, and they kept him at the hospital he is at now, and when the bill came, we went through that whole thing, and I didn't have to pay that extra. They went on and did whatever they did. I don't know. But I didn't have to pay that bill. But I'm getting off now. I'm getting ready to tend to this one, who I guess is going to sleep in my bed tonight. Yeah, I got this big old king-size bed with nobody in it but me and this one. But he can ready to move over because he too close. Like, he too close. What? You good? All right. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I thank you all for listening to me vent. I know I said a whole lot tonight. And you know how you cry so you get a headache? I got a headache. Not a hard headache, but one of them crying headaches. So I'm going to go to sleep. And yeah. I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me ramble. But this is the end. It is, yeah, 12:04. And we are just now getting to bed. We are usually past sleep right now. So, yeah. So, I got to take him some breakfast in the morning. And that's about it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Get some rest. Andre is in great hands because he covered my little... Amen. Look, Tequila, don't make... I see Tequila, I see y'all. I'll text y'all in a little bit after I get these little ones. Well, get this little one in the bed. I'll text y'all. But yeah, thank y'all for watching and listening to me ramble about this for 45 minutes. I'm also going to call Andre tonight to see how he's getting along. I did run to the store and get him a sandwich because he was hungry. My baby ain't had no dinner. So I did go and get him something to eat before I left for good. It was a 7-Eleven down the street from the hospital, so I went there. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate all the conversation and interaction during this crazy time of mine. So thank y'all. Peace. Good night. Want to say good night?
Night.